What if I told you that the month you were born isn't just a number on a calendar, but a hidden code written into the fabric of who you are? Imagine for a moment that the very day you entered this world wasn't random, that your arrival was not a coincidence, but a moment perfectly aligned with invisible forces, ancient energies, deeper truths, and sacred meanings that have quietly shaped your soul since the beginning. Your birth month isn't just a date, it's a doorway, a powerful symbol, a mirror reflecting your deepest characteristics, your emotional blueprint, and even the dreams that whisper to you in silence. It holds within it clues to your purpose, your challenges, and the gifts you were meant to share with this world. This idea isn't new. Since the earliest civilizations, wise cultures have looked at the timing of birth as more than just biology. They saw it as a cosmic event, a sacred meeting point between the human soul and the rhythm of the universe. From the astrologers of Babylon to the mystics of Egypt, people observed the stars, the seasons, and the cycles of time to find answers about who we are and why we're here. Even in modern times, great thinkers like Carl Jung explored these ancient truths with fresh eyes. He believed that we are not isolated beings, but part of a vast and mysterious field he called the collective unconscious. According to Jung, the time of our birth is not by accident. It's when certain archetypal energies rise to the surface, shaping our personality, our destiny, and even our inner struggles. Think about it. What if your birth month is not just when you came into the world, but why you came? How often have you felt like your emotions, your instincts, your way of thinking didn't just come from your family or your environment, but from somewhere deeper, something older? Have you ever felt that certain parts of your personality are guided by an unseen force? This is your invitation to look closer, because the universe speaks in symbols, in seasons, and in sacred patterns. It doesn't always shout, sometimes it whispers. But when you know where to listen, everything begins to make sense. Astrology has long studied how the positions of planets and the changing seasons can leave an imprint on each of us. But Carl Jung went further. He saw our birth month not only as an astrological marker, but as a psychological signature, a personal compass, a mirror of our inner world. Nature itself reflects this idea. Every season serves a purpose. Winter calls us inward. Spring awakens new life. Summer expands our energy. Autumn teaches us to let go. In the same way, the month you were born carries a specific vibration, one that influences how you handle relationships, how you chase your dreams, and how you face the storms of life. Have you noticed that some months just feel different to you? That certain times of year make you feel more alive, more reflective, or more sensitive? That's not a coincidence. It's resonance. Your birth created an energetic fingerprint, and that imprint still travels with you. It's always there, gently guiding you, quietly reminding you of who you are at your core. And today, you're invited to explore it. Discovering the meaning behind your birth month is not just about curiosity. It's about awakening. It's a journey inward toward self-understanding, deeper confidence, and authentic alignment with who you were always meant to be. When you begin to understand the energy of your birth month, everything shifts. Decisions become clearer. Relationships become more meaningful. You stop pushing against your nature, and instead, you start flowing with it. You begin to trust yourself again. And this isn't about superstition, it's about remembering. Realizing that your life was never random, that your soul chose a moment in time for a reason, and that reason lives inside you, waiting to be uncovered. So before we go any further, pause for a second. Ask yourself, what do you hope to discover? What questions have been quietly following you for years? What patterns seem to repeat again and again? When you open this door, when you say yes to this path of reflection, You're not just learning about the stars or the seasons. You're reconnecting with your own truth. And that truth has the power to change everything. If you're ready to begin, write your birth month in the comments and stay with me, because what you're about to discover might just be the spark that finally lights the path to the life you've always dreamed of. What if the month you were born in wasn't just a date, but a message? Not a coincidence, not a random point on the calendar, but a sacred sign, a quiet whisper from the universe that says, "This is who you are." Imagine that the very moment you entered the world was part of a greater design, a moment chosen not by chance but by destiny, a time when the universe aligned in such a way that your soul could carry a unique vibration, an energy, a purpose only you could fulfill. The truth is, your birth month holds more than you've ever been told. It's not just when you arrived, it's how you arrived. And hidden within that time are the keys to your deepest self, your strengths, your challenges, your desires, and your path forward. Ancient civilizations understood this. They believed that the time of birth carried meaning, that the stars, the seasons, and the rhythms of nature were not background noise, but part of a divine language. In the temples of Egypt, under the skies of Babylon, and across countless other cultures, the wise looked to the heavens not just to track time, but to understand the soul. In modern times, great thinkers like Carl Jung echoed these ancient truths. Jung believed we are not separate from the cosmos but deeply connected to it. He spoke of the collective unconscious, a vast mysterious realm of symbols and archetypes that influence our inner world. According to him, the moment of our birth is not accidental. It is when certain universal energies peak, shaping who we become. Think about that. Your birth wasn't random. It was aligned. Your entrance into the world carried an energetic signature, one that has been silently guiding you ever since. Maybe you've felt this already. Maybe there are parts of your personality you can't explain. Certain times of year that feel familiar or magnetic. Recurring dreams, repeated patterns, subtle signs you've always noticed but never fully understood. This isn't your imagination. It's your essence trying to speak to you. The universe speaks in patterns, seasons, symbols, and synchronicities. And your birth month? It's your personal rhythm in that universal dance. Let's explore what that means for you. If you were born in July, you carry a profound emotional depth. You feel things others don't, not just your own emotions, but the unspoken needs of those around you. You are a sanctuary, a source of comfort, a gentle strength in the lives of others. People come to you not just for advice, but for the warmth you radiate, that feeling of safety you create simply by being present. But with this gift comes a challenge. You often put yourself last, giving so much to others that you forget to refill your own cup. The lesson life offers you is simple, yet powerful. You matter too. Your love for others should never come at the cost of your own well-being. When you learn to set boundaries and offer yourself the same care you give so freely, your ability to love becomes even more powerful and sustainable. If you were born in August, you were born to shine. You carry a magnetic energy, a radiant confidence that lights up every room you enter. You inspire others with your courage, your drive, your passion. There is something in you that naturally seeks leadership, not to control, but to uplift, to empower, to ignite others' inner fire. But beware the trap of needing constant approval. You don't need to be praised to be powerful. Your worth doesn't come from applause. It comes from knowing, deep within, that you are enough just as you are. When you embrace your authenticity, instead of seeking validation, your light becomes unstoppable. Not a spotlight, but a sunrise that helps others find their own way. If you were born in September, you are the soul of refinement and excellence. You see the details others miss. You bring order to chaos and precision to everything you touch. Whether it's art, work, or relationships, you seek to make things better, to improve, to polish, to elevate. But this pursuit of perfection can become a prison. You may hold yourself to impossible standards, never satisfied, never feeling enough. Your lesson is to release the need to be flawless and instead value progress. Learn to see the beauty in imperfection, the growth in each misstep, the courage in each effort. When you do, your inner peace returns and your brilliance shines through effortlessly. If you were born in October, you live for balance, you crave harmony in your relationships, your thoughts, your surroundings. You feel things deeply and strive for fairness in a world that often feels unfair. Your sensitivity allows you to be a natural peacemaker, someone who brings opposing forces together. But with great empathy comes great indecision. You may find yourself stuck between choices, afraid to make the wrong move. Life invites you to trust your intuition, to accept that not every choice will be perfect, and that's okay. When you embrace imperfection, you unlock your true strength, the ability to create peace even in the midst of uncertainty. If you were born in November, you are a seeker of truth. Life's surface never satisfies you. You want to understand what lies beneath. You feel a magnetic pull toward the unknown, the hidden, the mysterious. You possess an inner wisdom that others feel, even if they can't explain it. But your depth can also isolate you. You may keep your thoughts to yourself, afraid of being misunderstood. The truth is, your vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a bridge. When you open your heart and share your truth, you allow others to connect with you in profound ways. Your transformation begins not only in solitude, but in shared experience. If you were born in December, your soul shines with joy and hope. You carry a lightness of spirit, a contagious optimism, and a deep desire to share your warmth with others. You believe in possibility, in dreams, in a future brighter than the past. You bring this faith wherever you go, reminding others that life can be beautiful. But even the brightest souls must rest. Your generosity can lead to burnout if you give without receiving. Your lesson is to remember yourself. Self-care doesn't dim your light, it strengthens it. When you balance giving and receiving, your radiance becomes sustainable. You don't have to carry the world alone. Each month of the year brings its own lesson and its own kind of light. January teaches us the strength of leadership and the value of pacing ourselves. February reminds us to love deeply, but not forget our own hearts. March invites us to dream boldly while protecting our sensitive spirits. April shows us the power of action, balanced by thoughtful reflection. May grounds us in stability but urges us not to fear change. June encourages exploration, while reminding us to focus our energy with purpose. July shows us that true care begins within. August reveals that real power comes from authenticity, not applause. September reminds us that we don't need to be perfect to be valuable. October shows us the beauty of trusting our gut even in uncertainty. November invites us to bring our inner truths into the light. December teaches us that abundance comes from balance, not overextension. Understanding your birth month isn't about limiting who you are. It's about unlocking your true self. It's about seeing the patterns that have followed you, the gifts you've always carried, the lessons that keep knocking on your door. The more you know yourself, the more power you have to shape your life, not by force but by flow, by choosing to align with the energy that has always been yours. So many people move through life disconnected from themselves, always searching, always doubting. But when you begin to see your own patterns, you stop running and start listening. you begin to realize that every challenge, every strength, and every moment has been preparing you. The energy of your birth month isn't meant to define you, it's meant to guide you. And now that you've opened this door, the journey begins. Start by asking, what resonates with me? What feels true in my body, my heart, my soul? Reflect, journal, share, connect with others walking the same path. And most of all, trust yourself. The person you're becoming isn't someone new. It's the person you were always meant to be. If this message touched something inside you, leave your birth month in the comments. Share your thoughts, your discoveries, or even just your curiosity, and subscribe. Because this is only the beginning of the transformation you are ready for.